Yo, welcome. It's another episode of the On the Contrary podcast. Thank you guys for watching. Today, very interesting, very dope episode. And it's really important that you give your views because this might land on the right ears. I think your favorite podcasters, your favorite political podcasters have been watching this show because their topics have been changing and their points have been changing and I feel like I might have influenced that a little bit. So at least your favorite podcaster is tuning in to this channel. So Cyril might tune in to this thing because I have some advice for him for his visit to Washington, D.C. to see Donald Trump. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the On the Contrary podcast.
Am I allowed to swear there?
In Sweden.
Yeah, I know we said let's not blame the government.
It's just sad when we start then becoming indoctrinated. Your view on me.
So, I was just wondering if I was the chairperson of this meeting with Donald Trump, Cyril Ramaphosa. Hey, Cyril is taking Khumbudzo Ntshavheni. She's the minister in the presidency. Cyril is taking Ronald Lamola. Obviously, he's the minister of foreign affairs. All the ambassadors report to him. Cyril is taking Pakistan, Minister of Trade and Industry. And then Cyril is taking the Minister of Agriculture. None other than leader of the opposition. Yo, man, I've never been happier to see John Steenhuisen be invited somewhere. Yo, John Steenhuisen is the, yo, we're not racist, we have white friends. John Steenhuisen is the white friend. Yo. Here's the thing, guys. When you speak as a political party, you need to say anything to demonize the other side. But when you're in government, you're not in a political party. The truth must come out. There's no political talk or political rhetoric. What's this thing? Political speech. There's no political speech in government. So now, remember, Jones, we'll get to it. Here's the point. Okay, let's get to it. The topics. I'm the chairperson of the meeting between these two. The topics they will discuss and what I would want the outcome to be. I want to be an ANC chairperson that decides the outcome of conversations and debates and negotiations. Now, I'm there in the room. It's Donald Trump's people, Cyril's people, who are discussing everything. There's few topics. Let's start with the first one. What did we say the first topic's gonna be? I wrote them down. First topic. Let's start off on a light note. Donald Trump's tariffs are currently on a 90-day suspension, and I think South African products are being tariffed 30%. So he paused everything, especially because he felt like, no, all the other countries except China showed good faith by not reciprocating that thing. I think a lot of countries were still figuring out what they're going to do, but really, we were being bullied. So, when a bully is bullying you in the moment, there's nothing you can do. All I think we can do in South Africa at the moment is start to really think about pushing and growing our manufacturing capacity, both, and also the what do they call it thing? Primary and secondary chains. In when you start processing raw materials. We're not processing raw materials in South Africa. Beneficiation. We must start really looking at building that capacity over the next few years. But it's difficult with countries like America and China bullying us because they incentivize us, third world. Some would say South Africa is a second world country because we are getting there. we're getting there, despite what the critics say we're here. Like, we're getting there. We're not as, like, we're not in the same tier as other third world countries. We must give ourselves that credit. But the bigger countries disincentivize us from developing that capacity, and eventually they're scared of us losing our what do you call this thing when you're reliant on someone, like a child? Dependency. They want us to remain dependent on them. So their trade deals are working in such a way where if you develop the beneficiation and stuff, they're gonna up their prices on their side, so that it doesn't make sense for you to do that. It's easier to sell raw materials. They'll keep you there. So that's difficult. But in the back of our minds, we need to start developing that capacity, because we can't rely on aid and things like AGOA forever. But we do still need it. So Trump tariffs, ne? That is Pakistan. Pakistan, my man, what do you want, bro? Tell us, what do you want? Yo, man, Trump, don't worry about this deficit between us. Let's give you what we were giving you all along, ne? In terms of imports, the cars that we send there. I don't think we tariff America crazy. I think the what you call this thing? The trade deficit is maybe off by a stretch. It's just because they have a bigger buying power. And it kind of helps them with food security, because we export a lot of food, fruits and vegetables, meat. I don't know if we export meat or we import meat from them. Because remember Barack Obama a few years ago? I'm just giving the context of everything I know about this thing, and then seeing what would be the best mutually beneficial thing for them to discuss in there. Remember Barack Obama? We didn't want to buy the chemically engineered chicken there. And Barack Obama put threats on South Africa to buy the chicken. That big chicken that's filled either with water or hormones. Remember, we were forced to buy chicken because it was to keep AGOA in place. Now, Trump, let's keep AGOA in place. AGOA is like cheap products, man. There's like, AGOA has things like weaving baskets and fabrics and like small things. I don't think AGOA is about big things, like agricultural products, wheat. I don't know if there's minerals in the AGOA thing, but it feels like it's a very big like agricultural trade deal. So let's keep AGOA in place. It does not make things bad for you that side. Let's keep AGOA as is, and then we strengthen these companies that you have here. Coca-Cola's here doing well, doing good for America, sending money back to America. Coca-Cola's doing well. Ford, did I hear Ford is losing? Ford is closing some dealerships. But anyway, Ford and those guys doing well. Microsoft is doing well here. So as far as trade and this 30% thing, you don't have to worry with it with us, because we also buy chicken from the farmers that the Americans don't want to eat from. So we'll do you that favor. We'll buy your genetically engineered chicken so that the chicken can go somewhere, because Americans don't want to buy this chicken from these pup farmers that you all are looking out for in America. So we'll buy their chicken. Let's keep AGOA the same and all of that. Nah. That's all I have to say about that. Pax, are you good with that deal? Mr. Pakistan, you good? Who's trading industry there? I don't know, in America. Then the thing with dropping AGOA is that the people it affects the most, Mr. Trump, is another incentive, is the South African people that you love so much. It's gonna affect the farmers. It's gonna affect the mass producers of agricultural goods the most. It's going to affect their bottom line, and it's going to affect the people that work there overall. Now, it's not a threat when I'm saying this, but when people lose jobs, they are more likely to commit crimes. So in order for us to stabilize our agricultural industry, this John Steenhuisen, you can come in here. In order to keep stable the runnings of the agricultural industry in South Africa, let's keep AGOA, Mr. Trump. Isn't that right, John? And tell him, by the way, what's happening here. Now, this is where John must come in. And this is the next topic. John is not only there as Minister of Agriculture to talk about farm murders, but he's also a white minister who's coming to talk about farmers. And unfortunately, Trump can't hear it from anyone else. Because it's true, I heard someone say the other day, of course, the government will deny a genocide. Of course, no government will admit there's a genocide happening in their country. Of course. Even if it was happening, they would deny. Now that it's not happening, they'll deny. So John, leader of the opposition, white man, and Minister of Agriculture, you have credibility in the eyes of this administration. And you have marched against farm murders. But you are coming to tell us, yo man, this does not constitute a genocide, Mr. Trump. We are doing our best to improve security. We have community forums that work with the police. Police are far spread. We are increasing the funding for police to be able to fight crime. Crime, in fact, as a whole has dropped over these years. I believe it has dropped. So John, tell us, man, what's happening in South Africa? No, Trump. Let's keep AGOA. No one is killing white people in a genocidal manner. Please, man, trust me. Man to man, brother to brother, John to John. Donald Trump's second name is John. I'm a John, you're a John. Let's do like Johnson and Johnson and let's chill. So, there's no genocide. We're able to prove it. We're able to prove what they're talking about and why they're saying there's a genocide and why they're coming to Trump specifically. Is because the people who are telling Trump that there's a white genocide do believe he's racist. Ne? The left believes Donald Trump is racist, and the racist right believe Donald Trump is racist. Not all the right, that's not what I'm saying. Not all the left. But the people who believe he's racist is the ones that want him to believe that there is a genocide. So John sorts that thing out. There's no genocide, Mr. Trump. This is why, and this is why. They should have taken Nkunu, police minister. Is there a business for a police minister to go and talk to Trump about the state of crime in South Africa? Now, as the chairperson, seeing that we are talking about genocides, what are we going to do about Israel and Palestine? Because as America, it seems you are quite involved. South Africa, you've really involved yourself. How do we get to a place where Israel, who's one of America's biggest allies, needs to account, but America needs to look out for them because they're ally, or they've been looking out for them because they're an ally. And this is both the left and the right in America. So, on the South African side, I don't think by any means they can drop the case. I don't think we should drop the case no matter what. Let him go and account, let him go and speak. And if Benjamin Netanyahu and his defense secretary or his defense minister is the problem, then the Israel people must see that for what it is and let them go. Let them go. There are probably many capable leaders who can replace Benjamin Netanyahu and his defense minister. But now, what is the solution? Trump. We will help with the implementation And we have a relationship with Iran and everyone there and a lot of people in the Middle East. You have a relationship with Israel and a lot of people there in the Middle East. Let's make the Abraham Accords work. Let's make the Abraham Accords work. We agree with them. We think they're the best thing to happen to the Middle East. Until the last administration messed it up. Because the Abraham Accords aren't just like peace agreements and handshakes and let's forgive and forget. The Abraham Accords also had like economic programs that would help bring Palestine out of the level of poverty that they've been in for the past few decades. That would assist them in raising their standard of living and also keeps Israel out of occupying their space. So Israel, stop occupying. Let Benjamin go and sit for his crimes. I think the Hamas guy who also has a warrant of arrest, I think he's dead. I think he got killed. So Israel, go sit for your, not Israel, Benjamin, go sit for your trial. Then the rest of us will work towards making the Abraham Accords work. And Trump, if you seeing that Benjamin is the one keeping the Abraham Accords from working, then he's getting in your way for peace. And the Abraham Accords is your legacy, Donald Trump. So if Benjamin doesn't want the Abraham Accords to work, he doesn't want your thing to work. Let him go sit for his things, and then the rest of us, peace-loving people, we make it work. Is that okay? Is that okay? No, I like this guy. Then Donald Trump says, no, man, I like this guy, man. Why didn't we meet earlier? Why didn't you tell us that you and I are both billionaires, man? It's rands and dollars, but you're also a billionaire, my man. And do you know, Donald Trump loves McDonald's. Cyril used to own McDonald's South Africa. So we can't say Donald Trump, we can't say Cyril hates Israel. I think McDonald's South Africa like reports to Israel, I think, unless I'm wrong. So those are the topics. We're almost done. I don't know if we're going to talk long because Cyril is also the president of the AU, the African Union. I don't know if we're going to talk about Congo. Are we going to talk about Congo and Rwanda and the peace things going on there? I don't even really know what that fight is about. It's about minerals. It's about power. What do we do there? Whatever America suggests, let's use their power. And then we also just safeguard that America is not coming to do what they did in Liberia with Gaddafi. So Africa, maybe not so much. Then the big question. So Donald Trump, are you coming, man? We want to invite you. Want to see you in Africa. Come see how nice it is there. We'll show you Joburg. We'll show you Cape Town, and maybe Gqeberha if you really want. It's nice there. Are you coming? John said there's no genocide. Take his word for it. He's leader of the opposition, white guy, minister of agriculture. Then Park Tau, let's keep our tariffs at a minimal. Let's keep AGOA going because they're your favorite people. The farmers are going to suffer if you flop with AGOA. We are happy that Elon is now out of the way. Let's leave the Starlink thing because he was very willing to give up 50% in India. So let's leave Starlink. Ne? We leave Starlink. Don't worry about Starlink. We'll sort that out with Elon. Or we'll sort it out with his father. Let his father be a part owner in Starlink. He'll get a chance to do what he needs to do. And by the way, South Africans, Starlink is like 10K to install. Never mind the monthly premiums, but it's like 10K to install. Anyway, meeting adjourned. Let's go do a press briefing there in the Oval Office. So, yeah, that's my advice to Cyril, man. I think that's how the meeting should go. we can come out very nicely. And Donald Trump's not going to be rude to Cyril. We mustn't forget that Zelensky was rude first. So I doubt very much that Donald Trump and Cyril are going to be rude to one another. I doubt that very much. Very much. But anyway, thank you for watching. This is my advice. What do you think? This is not about... also, this video is not about who's right or wrong. We go into a negotiation table. We come with solutions. We don't come with pointing fingers. We don't come with... It's not going to work. It's not going to work. You must talk to people that you agree with. Talk to people that you disagree with. So, in the comments... I should have probably said this in the beginning. In the comments, tell us what you think should happen. Tell us why this won't work. But don't fight, man. Don't fight. Some of you are mean. But anyway, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. We're getting closer. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the On the Podcast.
Am I allowed to swear here?
In Sweden.
Yeah, I know we said let's not blame the government.
It's just sad when we start them becoming indoctrinated.
Your view on me.